My fellow flames, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. Today we are going to be discussing the end of the Runecita Arc. Yes, the chapter of 2.x is coming to a close with the release of 2.7 next month, with Galbrena at the helm and then Qiuyuan or Qiuyuan coming at the second half. And let me just tell you right now, the fact that 2.x, the fact that the Runecita Arc is coming to an end is bittersweet. It's emotional. Why? Because for the past 10 months, we've been experiencing amazing adventures for the most part. 80 to 90% of the 2.x's overall story arc has been nothing but amazing. The writing was really good. Kuro Games really upped the ante and really put it into the next gear when it came to the 2.x arc. 1.x that had some constructive criticism. 1.x had some things that people weren't too happy about and people wanted improving. And then Kuro Games said, we got you. And then with the release of 2.x and the release of 2.0 and the release of Runecita, they really showed us that they can listen, and they really showed us that they're taking their writing and they're taking their overarching story a lot more serious. And I'm very happy overall with how 2.x has ended and how it's gone. There are some things that I didn't like. There are some characters that I could not stand, Cantarella being one of them. Phoebe, I'm not too sure about. Bran, I thought was overhyped, and I'm not the biggest fan of Bran, even though I like dudes in Wuthering Waves. I did not like Bran as a character, and overall, I thought the characters, other than those, were really good. We had, oh, and also Rocha. Rocha can actually get in the bin as well. I'm not a fan of Rocha. But we had Carlotta, we had Cartathea, we had Lupa, we had Zani, we had Chiacona, we have had Frolova, we have had Augusta, and now we have Yuno and soon to be Galbrena, and then Qiuyuan at the end of the 2.7 update. All of these resonators in 2.x, for the most part, have been over the moon impressive and over the moon just amazing. I really cannot put into words how happy I am with how this whole arc has been and how Kuro Games have treated 2.x. Now, granted, there have been some ups and downs. 2.1 was a bit more of a filler arc. The anniversary was a bit of a shambles, if you ask me. And overall, we've had some down trends when it comes to Wuthering Waves overall as a game since 1.x to now. 1.x had a good few issues. 2.x also had some issues, but they really did improve on the issues that we had in 1.x in 2.x. And I think the story is really the vocal point of Wuthering Waves now. I think 1.x was more of the vocal of the combat and the experience of playing the game. Even though the story was present, I don't think it was as much of an intricate and important thing than the combat and gameplay was. We had a lot more endgame, we had a lot more things to do. People were playing the game strictly for the experience of playing the game and also experiencing the story that happens to be there. Where 2.x, it really does feel like it was a narrative single player experience over anything else. Over anything else, it was an immersive single-player story experience, so you can explore, enjoy, and just have a good time playing Wuthering Waves 2.x. They included flying, which is something that really changed the game when it came to the exploration and the traversal and everything to do with Wuthering Waves. 1.x we had the grappling, and 1.x we had the gliding, and we had some echoes that could take us to different places, of course. But when 2.x came about, we had the introduction to flying, which was absurd. No one knew that was coming at all. And everyone was over the moon happy that that's what's going on. Everyone is over the moon. Everyone was, including me, we were all so hyped. When that first 2.0 trailer dropped, and when we had the carnival, you know, the songs and the festivities celebrating 2.x, you know, we had other YouTubers saying they're worried because it's going to end up like Penacony. You know, we had all of this. It was a good place to be in Wuthering Waves. 2.0 was an amazing era for Wuthering Waves. 2.0 specifically, like those 6 to 8 weeks of 2.0 was amazing. And I really had a very good time going into Wuthering Waves. Now that we're exiting Wuthering Waves, it is really interesting to look back and go, this is where we've come. Me as a YouTuber and me as a content creator, I've evolved so much in this space from 2.0 to now, and I'm very excited to see where it goes from 3.0 and the future, or wherever it's going to go after 2.7. Now, Where is it going to go after the grand finale? Because the grand finale of Runecita looks like it's going to be very heavy. It's going to be dark, it's going to be gritty, it's going to be focusing on Kartathea and Galbrena. Now we know Galbrena has the resonance ability to basically combat and fight the Dark Tide. We know that in lore now. And now it looks like she has some sort of dark demonic demon as her sidekick. And they're hunting the Thronodian, and it looks like they're also hunting Kartathea. So how is this going to end? Is it going to end with Kartathea's death? Is it going to end with sunshine and rainbows? I don't think so, but it's going to be very interesting in seeing where it goes. Now, going into the future, beyond the finale of Runecita, it's going to be very interesting seeing how they handle it. Qiuyuan is coming to Wuthering Waves, and that is who I'm saving for. I'm skipping Galbrena for Qiuyuan because he looks absolutely amazing. I love his design, and I'm very interested to see how he plays and how he looks within the games in terms of animation, in terms of story, in terms of voice acting, in terms of everything. I'm very interested in seeing what he's going to be like. We're going back to Huanglong. It is near enough impossible to say we're not. Before we go to the future or areas like the New Federation or any other futuristic or any other place that we have kind of pieced together, before we go to there, before we go to any other place, we need to go back to Huanglong first for a patch or two. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. There's unfinished business there. And that's exactly where I think we're going to go with Qiuyuan or Qiuyuan. Sorry, I keep pronouncing his name as Qiuyuan, but it's Qiuyuan. That's how you pronounce his name. We also have loads of other resonators that we met throughout 2.x that have gone back to Runecita. I forgot. Is it Buling? Buling, who is the student, apparently is the student of Qiuyuan, alluded to the fact that she is the student of Qiuyuan. And we also have Jishin, who also has a kung fu or a nomad master who taught her the ways of the kung fu and taught her the ways of her resonance abilities. So maybe that's going to be connected to Qiuyuan. Also, the Thronodian of Huanglong has yet to be defeated. We haven't defeated the Thronodian. We pushed it back into hibernation, and now it's locked back in that big sphere thing that we saw at the end. We defeated Dreamless, who was the lieutenant of the Overthrax, but we didn't actually fight and defeat Overthrax. Now, is this going to be where we finally kill and defeat a Thronodian? Because it's said in legend that we can't kill a Thronodian. So Leviathan is hopefully going to be destroyed in the finale of 2.x. And then we're going to go back to Huanglong, and maybe we're going to be able to fight the Thronodian. Now, over the past couple of days, I've seen many people say that we're going to be seeing the return of a certain resonator, a certain character that people have wanted since the launch of Wuthering Waves. I'm not talking about Scar, I'm talking about Jishin Lin. Now, Jishin Lin could be making a return, he could not be. Do I think he's going to be making a return? No. No, I don't. For those that don't know, I am good friends with Josh Richard, who is the voice actor of Jishin Lin. He has now had to come out and debunk the theories on his stories and debunk the theories in the community saying Jishin Lin's definitely coming back because Josh Richard has reposted it. Josh Richard voices so many characters in Wuthering Waves. I think he's in the 30s now. I think he's voiced over 30 different characters since the launch of Wuthering Waves. So just because he's reposting it doesn't necessarily mean Jishin Lin is returning. Now, he could return in the next few updates. He could return in the next year. We do not know, nor do we have any hint of Jishin Lin's return. But all we know at this point is Jishin Lin fought the Overthrax, pushed it back into the realm where the Overthrax came from, and then he disappeared. I have my theories on where Jishin Lin is. I have my theories on how he can return. If you want to see those theories, I'll leave a link to those videos down below, or I'll leave them somewhere on the screen here. If I forget, then just go onto the channel. I have lots of Jishin Lin videos. He's one of my favorite anticipated characters in Wuthering Waves. I don't think Jishin Lin's going to be returning. And if he does return, I don't think he's going to be returning as a playable character. That's where I am right now. At least for a long time. If he returns within the next couple of updates, I do not believe he is going to be returning as a playable character. I think it could be something completely different. It could be the fact that he's referenced. He could be referenced. He could be spoken about, which means we get a name drop, which also means that he's still in he's still under the magnifying glass of Kuro. It means that Kuro haven't forgotten about Jishin Lin, but I don't know if he's going to be returning as a playable character. I don't think that's going to be the case. But the future of Wuthering Waves is looking bright. The new Federation, the new Federation seems to be on the list of things where we're going. A futuristic town, especially a city, especially since the Edge Runners collab is happening next year. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But let me know down below in the comments where you think Wuthering Waves is going, and let me know what you're most excited about. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll speak to you all in the next video. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.